Welcome back. I'm now on chapter 5 of the book that I'm using for this little mini series of vocabulary. 10 words each chapter. These are coming from a book called Vocabulary Power 3. Okay, Vocabulary Power 3. You can find that online if you'd like to look for the book and do some of the practice activities that are inside of it. This is chapter 5 from that book. Here we go. First word. I'm going to say the word, practice the pronunciation at home. You can do that after I say the word. That's one idea. Also, you can practice the spelling. I'm going to spell the word for you, okay? So here we go. First, the pronunciation, adequate, adequate. And the spelling, A-D-E-Q-U-A-T-E. Adequate. Adequate. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, this is a synonym of another word in the same mini-series. If you look back in the previous chapters, you would see the word sufficient. All right. In one of the previous videos, we talked about the word sufficient. Adequate is another synonym of that word, to mean that something is enough. It's the correct amount, or it's enough of the amount to be okay for what you need. It is adequate. It's sufficient. It might not be more than you need. It might not be the best, but it is sufficient. It is enough. It will satisfy what you need. Okay? Number 2, clarify. C-L-A-R-I-F-Y. Clarify. Clarify. To clarify is to explain something, to make it more clear, to make it easier to understand or easier to see, to clarify. So if you have a concept or an idea that is ambiguous, like we talked about in one of the previous videos, something that's not clear, you can clarify that idea. You can make the idea more coherent. You can make it easier to understand. Now let's go to number 3. Demonstrate. Demonstrate. D-E-M-O-N-S-T-R-A-T-E. Demonstrate. 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 This word is another way to say to show something, to demonstrate, to give an example. When I give sample sentences in these videos and these lessons, I am demonstrating how to use the words. I'm giving examples. Okay? Number 4, equivalent. Equivalent. E-Q-U-I-V-A-L-E-N-T. Equivalent. Equivalent. Now, inside of this word is the idea of equal. Equal. To be the same as something else. Okay? Equal. Equivalent. And that's the idea with this word, equal, equivalent. If something is equivalent, it is the same as something else. It is, 2 is the same as another number 2. Okay? 2 and 2. They are equivalent. Or 2 plus 2 is equivalent to the number 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay? Next word, indicate. Indicate. I-N-D-I-C-A-T-E. Indicate. Indicate. This word is to signal something, okay? To show something, to show in the sense of to how would you say, to show something separate as other things, or how it's different from other things, to indicate. So for example, when I'm spelling these words for you, I indicate how to spell the words. I'm demonstrating how to spell them with an example, but I'm also specifically doing each letter, okay, each letter separately, and highlighting those words, those letters separately to indicate. Another way you could use this would be, for example, like to identify. Imagine you're looking at a parking lot and there are lots of cars, many different cars, and someone says, could you please identify your car? Could you indicate which car is yours? Yes, it's that one. And you're pointing and you're selecting one car and how it's different from all these other cars. It's your car, and you're pointing to that one car that is yours. Okay, number 6, potential. P-O-T-E-N-T-I-A-L. Potential. Potential. All right. Now, this word potential we use to talk about the ability something has, okay, the ability something has, and its possibility that it will develop or become something else, potential. If you say, wow, that person has a lot of potential, what you are saying is they have a lot of ability to probably become someone very successful or to do something really amazing. They have the high possibility to develop in some way, in a good way, potential. But potential could be good or bad. Okay? Imagine you're looking at your car and the oil is pretty low. Maybe it's been a long time since you changed the oil in your car, and you say, ooh, this could be a potential problem. It's not a problem today, but it has the possibility to develop into a problem later. Okay? Another example, let's say as a good thing, imagine you're looking at the weather and it says tomorrow it's going to be 75 degrees, sunny, great day, perfect weather. And you say, wow, there's a lot of potential to go do things outside tomorrow. The weather looks like it will be clear. It's very likely, it's possible to be able to go do many things outside tomorrow. Okay, number 7, the word is relevant. 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 R-E-L-E-V-A-N-T. Right there. Relevance. Relevance. And this word basically is something that is directly related to an idea, concept, something like that. So if you're talking to me about English, and you have a question about English grammar, or the history of the language, or what countries speak the language, all of those questions are relevant. All of those are directly related to the conversation about English. But imagine we're having the same conversation about the English language, and you ask me, let's say, what my favorite color is. It's not directly related to that conversation. That question is not relevant in that conversation. Yes, it's nice to ask what people's favorite colors are, things like that, but it might not be relevant to that conversation. It may not be directly related to what you're talking about at that time. But it's always nice to ask me what my favorite color is if you want to at a different time. Okay. And the next word, stable. S-T-A-B-L-E. Stable. 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 In this vocabulary list, this word means something that is secure. It's safe. Okay? It's secure, it's safe. So imagine like a ladder. Let's look at this. Boom. Okay. You have a ladder. Well, If you want the ladder to be more stable, you would ask someone maybe to hold the ladder at the bottom while you go up. So it will be more stable. Okay? But yeah, there are lots of ways that we use this word, and it just means something that is safe, secure, or something that is consistent. Something that is consistent. For example, the economy. Sometimes prices go up, they go down for different products. If they stay more or less the same, okay, very close in numbers, then we might say, well, the economy is stable. It's staying, pretty consistent. Or it's going up in a consistent pattern. It's rising in a consistent pattern, not very quickly, one day and tomorrow it's low and the next day it's high and the next day it's moving slowly. But if it's consistent, we would say it's stable. Even if it stays the same or it rises, something is stable. Okay. And this word transform. 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 You may have heard of cartoons or movies, the Transformers, okay? Or if you work with electricity, you may have heard that word of a transformer in the concept with electricity. But the idea of transform is for something to change. It's changing in some way. So with electricity is a place where it's changing from this to this. There's some change taking place. Or the cartoons or the movies Transformers, they look like a robot that kind of looks like a person a little bit, and then they look like a car or an airplane or something else. They change their shape to transform. And the last word for this video, utilize. U-T-I-L-I-Z-E. Utilize. Utilize. And this word basically means to use something. To utilize something, to use something. All right? So you can think about using that word the next time, or you could think about utilizing that word the next time you want to use the word use, all right, as a synonym for use. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and keep practicing.